October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Go, go. At their own 19-yard line.
Line's 54.
Pass.
Coming. Tighten up.
On the ground with the rookie Devin Singletary. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now T.J. Yeldon trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen, that one complete to Yeldon. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Yeldon was always reliable out of the backfield for Blake Bortles, and now he has a chance to help out another young quarterback in the same way in Josh Allen. But you look at the numbers a season ago, 55 catches, almost 500 yards. Very sure hands for a running back.
Mark 37. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
Allen now on 1st down. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
At the 20-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Back.
Where are they, team?
22 jet bomber.
3.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota going underneath for Lewis. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. They go play action. Mariota. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they'll have to start thinking about keeping the tight end.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jarrell Casey dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jarrell Casey able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
On second down, it's Lewis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They'll run. It's Barner. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
A first down carry for Henry. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Titans! Derrick Henry, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good.
That's caught at the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, 76 yards. And the Bills have retaken the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Big Ed. 58, boy, 58. 58, it's Mike. It's going to be a long day. Foxtrot, long day.
Working out of the gun. incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he had been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 99. Check 99. I got him. On me.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On third down, Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. And his pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Push him back.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Mariota. He finds Corey Davis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. 49, guys. Mike, 49. I'm coming.
Mariota now. And Walker has it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Yeah, baby.
Only 2 yards on the completion. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Mariota on target there to Humphries. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
A 13-yard gain brings up 3rd and a yard.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
All right, here we go. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Switch.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's put that team on the clock.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Buying time to his left. That is incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on third down.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
One.
Take it. 58 to Mike, 58.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mariota looking deep here for Dion Lewis. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Watch 49. Watch run. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Smoke. You're not ready. 49.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Mike's 5-4. Hey.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, he's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
No. Check 13. Check 13. Protein spill.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mariota. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Mike, 57. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. 57 to Mike. H3, 218. Chopper, chopper. Kill.
One.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Alpha.
Mariota. He finds Humphreys. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Motion. 57.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. 64 yards. And the Titans have once again taken the lead. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Right there, 54 Mike.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down.
Hey, exit.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Mariota hands to Henry. Through an opening, and there he goes. 30, 10, touchdown Titans. Derrick Henry, 73 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Succop, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Jarrell Casey able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case, because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? To the air, Allen. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robert Foster, 79 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Barner. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Motion.
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Nice, sweetheart.
One.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Keep it up, defense.
Mariota to throw it. He's got his man Sharp complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Out. 5 down. Stand up in.
They'll run for it with Henry. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, 66 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Bills take
Come
over
on,
first
baby.
and 10
Let's go.
at their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
this has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 37 yards. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown. Extra point put through by Suckup. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Hey, me and you all day.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He finds his target, John Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. John Brown, 79 yards. And the Bills get a bit closer.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. They keep it with Henry on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Three.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go. Watch the screen.
To throw is Mariota. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 54 yards.
First down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
4 down. Rush in.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Under 10.
Here's Henry. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Allen, the throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Logan Ryan, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Mariota gives to Henry. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. Just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
Allen hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
Defense wins championships, baby. Check 52. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Motion, 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 motion.
They'll run on first down. Henry. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Titans, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull off. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down. Hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might